के लिए माइक पर सीए गुलजार करिश्मा मलिक।
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I'm really grateful to Allah Ta'ala to get this opportunity of conducting this program here, and I welcome all of you here. And I personally thank Mr. Zahiruddin Saab Janab. He has been given this platform for us to organize this event, and last 1 week he's been supporting us with repeated advertisements to bring the crowd here. So I'm very grateful to him, and as well Mr. Hamid Saab. He is the person in charge here for the career guidance activities and for the educational column. So I'm equally grateful to him, and I actually thank all of you to turn up for this program. And let me first introduce myself, and then what is the intention behind this program I will take you through. I'm actually Gulzar Karishma Malik. I'm a chartered accountant. I qualified about 5 years back. Last 5 years I'm into teaching. I'm associated with an academy called Tapasya Academy. I have trained about 5,000 students for taxation. Okay, that is my core area. And then I'm also practicing my profession under the name GK Malik and Associates. Okay, so this is my brief background. I have taken up BCom honors. After that I did my CA, and Alhamdulillah within first attempt I had cleared my CA. With 3 gold medals at All India level, ICA had given me the merit awards for CA. And this is my brief background. The reason behind this activity is, I've always felt that I teach a crowd of 500 people. My classroom strength is alhamdulillah 500 people, but out of 500, hardly 10 or 15 are Muslims. Rest all are non-Muslims. So that is always, pinching me, that when this career is actually taking up so much on peak, CA awareness is so much among the non-Muslim crowd, why are Muslims lagging behind? Why are they not aware about this program? So this has made us come together, and some of my friends have agreed, who are also qualified CAs, to support me in this activity, come forward and create an awareness among our community about this event. So I would request the guest speakers to come onto the dais. I would first request Mr. C.A. Sheikh Jilani, please come onto the dais. Let me give a brief introduction about Sheikh Jilani. The best thing about him is, when he started his intern, he was an MPC student, and alhamdulillah he is a qualified chartered accountant. So most of the people have this doubt that can a non-commerce student take up CA? The answer is yes, and he is an example for that. A person who started his education into maths, physics and chemistry, when he can become a qualified CA, why not others? And he is into the industry for the last 6 years. He qualified CA 6 years back. He is working as a consultant, finance consultant in a company called Skill Promoters. So he is one of the guest speakers here. He would share his experiences with you a little later. And then I would also request another guest speaker here, that is Amreen Madhani. Please come into the dais. Okay, now what is special about Amreen? Amreen is my student. She is yet to become a CA. She has cleared the 2 levels of chartered accountancy. One is CPT. She's got All India 8th rank in CPT. And she has cleared the 2nd level of CA, that is IPCC. She's got All India 13th rank in IPCC. And she's right now pursuing her CA final, doing articleship with a Big 4 company, that's Grant Thornton. It's an international audit firm. She's working there. She will be writing her CA final, and inshallah we hope that even in final she'll get a rank. So she will motivate you as a student how things went and how she actually managed to get the ranks. Okay, so the other guest speakers are still on the way. They may take some time to come. So we will start off with the program, and we'll meet the other guests a little later. So I want all of you to have a glance at some of the videos that we have prepared. Please play the first video. So I would now briefly explain you about the CA program. We have another PPT. This is going to tell you about how CA can be done and what is the future, etc. So we will take you through this program. Second one. Okay, so let's run through these slides. So we have a presentation on CA as a career. Okay, next slide. So who's a chartered accountant? A chartered accountant is a professional expert in accounting and auditing. Now I think these terms are too big for people who are beginners here, not very aware with these words. So I would just try to explain what you mean by auditing, who's a CA. So basically let us understand, Hadi, wait a minute. So what does a CA, what does a CA do? Any idea? Can somebody tell us what does a CA do? Okay, we know that there are a lot of companies in India, right? There are different organizations and they have to prepare something called accounts. Okay, that is their balance sheet and P&L account. So in your balance sheet, what do you try to do? You try to show your assets and your liabilities, and in your P&L account, you show your income and expenditure, your profit. So now there should be somebody who can certify this data. When you say that you are sick, for example, and your school says get a certificate from a doctor, how do we trust you that you were sick? So same thing happens here. When a company is preparing a balance sheet or P&L account, somebody has to certify it. Somebody should say, yes, this is right. The company is the owner of so many assets. The company is earning so much of profit. Somebody should put a stamp on it. Somebody should certify that. That certification work is done by an auditor. And in short, I can say CAs, are doctors for finance. Okay, you have some finance problem, you have some tax problem, you have some law problem. You can run to a chartered accountant and he's got some advice for you, he'll give you consultation, he will help you. Because see, there are two kinds of people who exist in this world. One is the natural person, human beings like us. We have a problem, we run to the doctor. There are other organizations like companies, societies, partnership firms. These organizations also have problems. Where do they go? So they have to go to a doctor, finance doctor, that's a chartered accountant. So basically, we are people who are into accounting. We take care of accounts, we take care of audit, we take care of taxes, we take care of law. So if you check the areas of operation, so let's say 4 years, 3 years down the line, if you become a CA, then what can you do? You can be an advisor, auditor, investment banker, you can be a trader, a dealer, or a consultant. There are different options available for you. The career is open. And then let's see, why should we do chartered accountancy? Okay, the font and all has gone. So let me tell you now, why do we have to do CA? Now why are you here? Why are you here? The reason is all of us are looking out for some kind of financial security in future. We want a career, we want a qualification where we get high status in the society, we get growth, we get good pay. That is the main reason behind it. So CA is a profession which is promising you all this. It is giving you a good career, it is giving you a good salary, it is giving you a lot of respect. Now I would like to share one important thing on this respect. My car has a CA thing. The other day, unfortunately I happened to miss the signal. But the traffic police guy was so kind. He said, he just looked at that CA thing and he said, okay, go, no problem. That is the kind of respect people have for you. Because you're carrying this brand, you're carrying this dignity, you're a chartered accountant. So people look at you with a lot of respect. If I just go to the bank and say I am Gulzar, maybe people may not respect me. But if I say I am CA Gulzar Karishma Malik, then immediately people say, yes, what can I do for you? So this is a profession which is promising you all this. So that's the best part about CA. Okay, then let's see the next one. Yeah, keep clicking. Now the next important thing is, basically people have this doubt. Now which college you did CA from? Most of the people ask me, from where did you do CA? Because people are used to asking this question to engineers, doctors. Where did you do engineering from? Where did you do your medicine from? For CA, this kind of question is wrong. We do CA only from one institute, that is ICAI. That is Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. This is the authority which is giving this profession qualification for the entire country. So you are in safe hands. See, tomorrow people who take up engineering, the risk that they have, if they don't go to a good college, they end up being a bad engineer. But when it comes to CA, you don't have good or bad college. It is only ICAI for the entire country. This is the institution which is giving you the qualification.
Now what is ICI? This was formed by government under an act of parliament. It is the second largest accounting body in the world, in the planet. That is the size of this organization. And it is giving, it is got a status called partner in nation building. It is actually helping the country when it comes to making laws. It is helping RBI, it is helping income tax department, whatnot. So basically, what is the role of ICI? Students initially join ICI, they get registered, they pass their CA, and they become members of this institute. So basically, this institute is a regulatory body which is conducting exams and which is giving a qualification called CA. This is one role of ICI, but they have a lot of other things to do as well. So basically, every student is going to study from ICI. Now we also have this down. Now what are the stages in CA? Now I would first stress on the first route of CA, that is direct and that is through CPT route. Now how many of you here are from intermediate background? Just an inter, not degree or not PG. Okay, so for you people this is going to help. We are talking about doing CA through CPT route. Others who are sitting in the hall, who are from degree background or PG background, for you it is not called CPT route, it is called direct entry route. What do you mean by direct entry? You get exemption from CPT. You need not write CPT because you are already a graduate, you are exempt from CPT. So there are two routes. First we will look at the CPT route. So if an intermediate student wants to take up this program, how is it going to be? So we are saying there are three stages. One is the CPT level, Common Proficiency Test, the other one is IPCC, and then the final. Okay, what is required at CPT level? They are only going to test you your basics. IPCC level, working knowledge. And the final level, advanced knowledge they want. We will see these little later. Now look at the CPT. Now the biggest question is who can write CPT? The answer is anybody from any group can write. Whether you are a commerce student, math student, science student, anybody can write CPT. And see, all of us think that CPT is as tough as MCET, etc. No, answer is wrong. It is not tough like MCET at all. Because CPT, the best part about it, it is only an entrance into the profession. So what they are expecting from you, out of 200 marks, they just want you to get 100. 100 out of 200. Now you ask yourself, is it not possible to get 100 marks? Very easy. So here we don't have anything called ranking, and based on rank you will get admission. That's not the approach into CA at all. You just have to write one eligibility exam which is going to strengthen your basics. In your intermediate, maybe your basics were not very strong, accounts, economics, law, etc. So this level is going to strengthen your basics. So to strengthen your basics, they are asking you to write one entrance exam. Very easy, just get 100 out of 200. And that too, the best part about this exam, it is objective type. Just keep marking A, B, C or D. You don't have to write theory for it. So see how easy the first level is. Even at this level, the pass percentage is only 25%. So look at that now. What do you mean by 25%? That means out of 100 people writing, how many are passing? Only 25. Now why? What is missing? Why only 25 passing? No, maybe negative marking could be one of the reasons. The other could be, just to get 100 out of 200, 25 people are managing to do it, the other 75 are not able to do it. That means they are not serious about the profession. Somebody told do CA, that's why they have joined. Otherwise, if you ask me, if a person is serious about this profession, doing CPT is a joke. It is very easy. It's got nothing to do with the difficult levels at all. But just because people are not serious, they are not passing. So never get carried away by such people who come and tell you, I cleared my CPT in second attempt or third attempt. You tell him you're not serious about the profession. So it's very easy to get these marks. So now the issue is, when can I write CPT? Okay, so here the ICS says the norms are like this. You have to wait. You have to finish your intermediate, write your second year exam, March, and then appear for CPT. So you are eligible to do it only on completion of your intermediate. You need not get the results. You can still wait for the results, but you can appear for CPT exam. Okay, so now how is it going to be? It's very easy. I told you 2 hours each. There are 2 sections. What are the subjects? Accounts, law, economics and QT. So you are already aware of some of these subjects at intermediate level. You must have studied accounts at inter-level, economics at inter-level, QT. People who are from MEC background, they are well aware about this. Only new thing for you will be law. That is also very easy. Now the issue is, how do I pass CPD? Here ICI says, now there's a requirement. Last year there was an amendment, this attempt. They're saying in each section you should get minimum 30%. Okay, and in total you should get 50%. So what does this mean? You cannot skip any one of the areas. All 4 sections have to be answered by you, and in each section you should be getting at least 30%. And in total, if you check, you should get 50%. So the total should be 100, no doubt about it. And what should be the breakup of that 100? Internally, each section not less than 30%. That's what they're insisting. So they want you to be aware about all the 4 areas. Do not do selective study, because at inter-level what you do, some chapters you don't like, you don't study. So here also people were skipping some of the areas. So you should not skip, do all of them. Okay, so now what, let's say you pass CPD, then what are you going to do? You have to register yourself for IPCC. This is called the second level of CA. Now here comes the actual effort. You know, at CPD level, what was the pass percentage? 25%. At IPCC level, it becomes 10 to 11%. That means out of 100 people writing, only 10% people are passing. Now why only 10% people are passing? Because here starts the challenge. What is the challenge here? It is no more entrance kind of thing. It is no more objective. It is theory. You have to write theory. So there are 8 papers here. You have to study them in detail for 9 months, and you have to appear for the exam. Again, ICI is so kind, it is understanding that some students may not be able to manage all 7 papers. Both the groups they may not manage. So ICI is saying you do group wise. If you are not comfortable studying all the 7 papers at one go, you first write group 1, pass, and then take 6 months break and then do the group 2. But you know, my students, we always encourage them. It's always easy to write both the groups together. 7 papers you can manage with 9 months of study and practice. You can definitely clear even IPCC exam. What you need is proper approach, proper seriousness. Then what else we have to remember at IPCC level? How is it going to be? In each subject, there are 7 subjects. In each subject, you should be getting at least 40 marks, not less than that. Pass for each subject is 40. And in total, you should get out of 700 at least 350. So this is, you know, there are 2 guidelines here. One is each subject should not be less than 40, and overall your total marks should not be less than 350. So you have to satisfy this criteria. If you miss this criteria, you have to write it again. So now what next? After you pass your IPCC, what to do?